Hello, beautiful sisters. Welcome to 7 Secrets to Embodying the Goddess in Everyday Life. So I'm going to be sharing very practical ways that you can connect with the goddess who lives within you and to activate that feminine essence on a daily basis through living, through the way you go through your day. Before we begin, I would like to invite you to shift your perspective if you haven't already embraced this aspect of the divine feminine. It's really crucial. So the goddess is who she is because of who she's being. She's worthy of adoration and, of love and of abundance and of everything, not because of what she does or what she performs, but rather on who she is at her core. So as women, this shift in perspective brings so much peace and allows us to come back to ourselves, to our divine feminine selves that thrive not in a goal-oriented approach to life, but rather a feeling approach. We actually, the feminine way, we actually feel happy, right? When we are not necessarily achieving something, but when the result of our day's work or activities is filling us up on the inside. So that's where we start with embodying the goddess, is coming back to the self. So number one secret is to relax, to stop striving and pushing. On a daily basis, if we are to align with that sacred feminine, it's really important that we cleanse out whatever may be blocking us from realizing it, because she lives within you. You are already the goddess, and she just needs to awaken a bit, right? So in order to do that, first we have to make space, create the sacred vessel, let go of whatever we don't need. So the practice to be done on a daily basis is Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra relaxes mind and body and helps us to access the subconscious, where we can digest whatever it is that we've taken in during the day or any kind of stresses that we've accumulated. And then we can reprogram our subconscious to a higher frequency, to a goddess frequency. I have a free Yogini Nidra, as I call it, specifically to activate the goddess frequency, and it's a free gift. So you can get it on my website, and I will also put the link below. So relax, sister. It's all good. You're already divine, and everything is in divine order in its perfection, right? Things will get done when they're meant to get done. And if we approach them from this place of expansiveness, of relaxation, it will be much more pleasurable and enhancing for the feminine. Okay, number 2, get to know Devi. Devi is the Sanskrit word for goddess. So get to know her qualities. And you can start by observing yourself. How do you feel when you are in your goddess essence? What does that look like for you? Right? What does it feel like when you're filled up? That's how you will know that you're connecting with your Shakti, with your inner Devi, right? Is when you feel that that juiciness, that fullness, that aliveness, because Shakti is life itself. She pulsates in every atom. So there are specific qualities that each goddess archetype possesses. And when we get to know the goddesses in their, kind of archetypal external forms, that we can start to have a personal relation with them, they begin to reveal, or she begins to reveal herself to us and help us to activate those same qualities, which we already have the potential for in seed form. And then by connecting with the goddess on a daily basis, they begin to grow. Okay, so I have some goddesses on my altar here. Here's Lakshmi Devi. Over here is Radha. Right, we have Durga. So each of them has a different personality, just like each of us. So when we start to know Shakti in all of her forms, we become really full as a woman who has unlimited capacities and who's connected with herself in all the variations, the magnificent variations that is possible for a woman. But it's best to just start with one goddess that you feel drawn to. You can start to read some books, find out some stories, do some research, see who's calling you, and find some ways to connect with her. And if you don't feel to work with a specific deity, you can also connect with Devi in the form of Mother Nature. And this is really wonderful as well to do anyway, just to, immerse yourself in nature, whether it's swimming in the sea, walking through the forest, and feeling that energy and asking that energy to come into your body, to heal you, to uplift you, and to nurture you. Because after all, the essence of Devi is a compassionate, motherly nature that is full of love. So when we bring that into our body, naturally, we start to emanate that outward, and it fills us up and gives us such a deep satisfaction. So it really helps to infuse all of the practices with purpose and intention, because we are connected with a power that is greater than our small self. We become bigger and more divine as we expand beyond our ego. Okay, so number 3 is feminine embodiment practices on a daily basis to start your day. So after you, even, when you wake up, it's really important to cleanse your temple. Like this body, the more you treat it like the divine vessel it is for Shakti, the more it will vibrate with that energy, because the cells are alive. This is not a solid body. It's prana, it's moving, and it can be altered and changed according to how we treat it and our intention and our beliefs, right? So it's very important, the energy in which we do our practices. So what I invite you, if you're like me, you have a daily yoga practice, but to make that a feminine practice, to ask yourself before you even begin, what do I need today? What will nurture me and honor me, right, as the living goddess? So that's going to be different times of the month as well. Of course, according to the menstrual cycle, according to the moon. Us women are cyclical and we're always changing. So the belief that your sadhana, your spiritual practice, needs to be the same every day does not apply to women. Even if it says in the Yoga Sutras, it must be uninterrupted without break. What I believe must be uninterrupted without break is your awareness, your intention, your state of being, right? So your consciousness that is going in the direction of this divine feminine embodiment. So that doesn't mean that your practice is going to look the same every day. No. Actually, I invite you to break free from that structure and to listen, to be receptive, and to honor what it is that you need. Of course, discipline is helpful, and structure helps to amplify the Shakti in that container. So I'm not saying just throw it out the window, but be flexible, be compassionate. That's the way to, awaken the divine feminine, is to treat yourself with love. So for me, I absolutely love to dance. So I feel joyful when I dance. I feel satisfied. I feel like myself. So it awakens me in a way that nothing else does. So even if I do a traditional yoga practice, I will include dance, or sometimes I'll be in the middle of Surya Namaskar and I'll just break out in dancing and then come back to it. So I allow myself that freedom, and the feminine thrives when she's given permission to be who she is, right? Which is full of joyful awareness of that like Shakti, that life essence. So we need to connect with that. We need to connect with our sacredness, our sexuality, our juiciness. So don't forget to activate that as well. And through dance, you can make it sensual, moving your hips, enjoying looking at yourself in the mirror, and bringing awareness to your womb, to your yoni, is extremely important. Whether you're sexually active, if you have a partner or not, this is for you to become, responsible for your own pleasure, that it's in your hands. So many women in the tantric path are using jade eggs. They are wonderful for toning and strengthening the yoni, as well as healing and balancing. So it gives fulfillment as well. And these sacred stones are actually ancient secrets from China that the queens used to use. So there's a lot of resources out there and great videos on how to use them. And so I would suggest getting yourself one, doing some research, making sure it's a pure stone that you trust, and allow yourself to explore, to enhance your sensual pleasure. And we'll talk more about that, because that's really important for the feminine. And going hands in hand with that, okay, number 5 is adorn yourself. Adorn your divine temple. Tantra teaches us that we can transfigure ourselves into the goddess with visualization, with calling in those powers, and also with the help of calling the name, the vibration that resonates with the goddess. So, whether that's Lakshmi or Durga, we chant her mantra. But another way is that's more of an internal way, from the inside out, and another way is from the outside in. Okay, so adorning yourself, beautifying, doing beauty as a ritual, not as something to impress or please others, but to enhance the fullness that you feel inside, to enhance your natural beauty. That can be adding sacred ornaments, wearing a bit of makeup. Of course, we want to get non-toxic and all of that, vegan makeup. And wearing something that makes you feel feminine and flowy, and it should be comfortable on your skin and have, a good sensation. I'm like touching my legs as I'm talking about that, because this dress is nice and silky, and it just really connects me with my feminine. This morning I was wearing some kind of comfy, funny green pants that I tend to wear when I practice yoga, And as soon as I put this on, I felt instantly transformed. So we are transformational artists. As women, we have so much capacity to play with the elements. We're close with nature in all her variety. So, give yourself permission to explore and to get creative with how you adorn yourself. And it can be with scents. It can be, just even giving yourself a body scrub or making any kind of beauty routine into a sacred ritual when you infuse it with intention. Like, I'm adoring myself right now with this. That self-love is everything. And actually, I wrote an ebook. I'm glad I'm remembering to tell you about it. It's called A Goddess's Guide to Self-Care. And I take you through the Panchakosha, through all 5 dimensions of your existence to activate your inner goddess. So it's a big expansion on this video, and I've put a lot more rituals in there, practices, but also mindset, philosophy, how to look at the world, how to embrace the mood of the goddess. So mood is everything, right? Your presence. Yes. So the next one, number 6, sing, sister. Let it out. Open those vocal cords. Express yourself through sound. Now, this has a couple of different varieties. It's expression that is conscious. So let's start with just speech before we get to singing. When you talk from your center in a softness. Softness has so much power. It is the essence of femininity, like water. Water is soft but strong. Okay, so speak your truth in a conscious way, connected with your center, and don't waste your energy speaking more than is needed or is unnecessary, or trying to convince somebody of something that, that goes back to the be relaxed, accept things as they are, right? Honor your energy, okay? So sound is the most subtle of all the senses. It's related with the hearing capacity. And so that's why it has the potential to change our vibration, our frequency. Sound creates a certain pattern in the body, and that pattern we can alter with mantra by singing different mantras, right? But it can be as simple as, just whatever your sound wants to make, whatever you need to let out, you let it out. So always start with a sigh. Do it with me now. Let's inhale. Feels so good. And you can do that before Yoga Nidra. You can do that at the end of the day, or basically anytime you feel yourself accumulated with any stress, or you've filled up with anything that you need to release. In the same way, you can use sound to activate the chakras. Each chakra has a sound. I'm going to make another video on this because it's a bit technical. But we have sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, and in the Western you have do re mi fa sol la ti do, right? So each of these is related with one chakra. So when we sing different tones, automatically the chakras get awakened, which means our subtle body is becoming open and balanced. Yeah, that's why singing makes us feel so good. And you can even just sing your favorite song. You can sing anything that makes you feel happy and alive. So try it out. Don't be shy. Get silly. Have fun with it. even if you think you don't have the best voice, actually, if you practice, it will really improve. Okay. And the last number, 7. 7 is for sexy. So celebrate your sacred sexuality. And what does that mean? Just like we are making our life into an intentional, we could say an intentional ritual in being present with our imagination, with our awareness that we're bringing, right? What is the intention? So what is the intention when you are coming together with your beloved or with a lover, right? As women who are embodying the goddess, we must come with that presence. And even if you don't have a partner, awakening your sensuality will lead to this understanding sex as sacred, because that is the creative energy. Sex energy has the power to create new life. And as women, we are the holders of that new life. So just by coming together with another with the intention to create something higher, something positive, it can be abundance, it can be love, it can be anything that you want it to be, as long as it's aligned, right? You have so much power inside of you, especially women who are embracing all of themselves. So from the top to the bottom, we are, in our most highest expression of, creativity, and like I just said, singing, which is related with the Vishuddhi chakra, with creation is the higher chakras, but our lower chakras is what is fueling that creation. So yeah, we need to activate our yoni, fill it with love, with good vibration, and only come together with somebody who we really resonate with, who also views us as the goddess and who we can see as a deva, as a god. So then we have divine union. And the path of the goddess is coming into wholeness, is becoming who you already are, but that just needs to be fine-tuned and activated and honored and relished and nurtured and enjoyed. This is the way to have a blissful life. Bliss is the result of all of these rituals. It's not something we chase after. As goddesses, we magnetize. We draw to us what it is we need. And the universe provides that. So relax into your divine feminine, sister. I invite you to make these sacred rituals a part of your everyday life. And let me know how it goes. I would love to hear from you. Namaste, beautiful sister.